The history of the Lincoln cent in 2008 is a story of transition, legacy, and anticipation as collectors and the general public approached the end of a long-running reverse design and prepared for one of the most important changes in modern United States coinage. During 2008, the Lincoln cent still carried the familiar memorial reverse that had been in use since 1959. A design created to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and to celebrate the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. For nearly 50 years, this reverse had appeared on billions of coins, becoming one of the most recognizable designs in American circulation. As the year 2008 began, expectations grew for the coming 2009 Bicentennial program, which would replace the memorial design with a series of 4 historical reverses, each marking a major chapter in Lincoln's life. Because of that upcoming change, the 2008 Lincoln cent quickly gained importance as the final full year of the memorial reverse, and collectors started to view it as the last symbol of an era that began during the presidency of Dwight D. Eisenhower. The obverse in 2008 continued to feature Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. The design had remained largely unchanged for nearly a century, capturing Lincoln's thoughtful expression and honoring his legacy as the 16th President of the United States. The portrait had survived multiple artistic trends, metal composition changes, and public preferences, proving its enduring value as a national symbol. The 2008 issues were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and both facilities produced large numbers to meet circulation demands, even though overall use of pennies in commerce had been declining due to rising production costs and changes in consumer behavior. The metal composition remained the same as it had since 1982, with a core of zinc-coated. In copper, a cost-saving measure that continued to be controversial, because the cent cost more to produce than its actual face value. Despite this, the United States Mint maintained production to support everyday transactions, vending machines, cash registers, and traditional banking needs. As 2008 progressed, collectors paid close attention to die varieties, minor striking issues, and quality differences between coins from each mint. Higher-grade examples, especially those with sharp details, brilliant luster, and clean surfaces, were saved in large numbers by hobbyists wanting to preserve the final memorial year for future generations. Beyond the physical coin, the cultural context of 2008 also shaped the significance of the Lincoln cent. The country was facing economic uncertainty, rising metal prices, and debates about whether the penny should be discontinued altogether. Many economists argued that the cent had outlived its usefulness, while others believed it remained a necessary part of American identity and financial tradition. This debate added interest to the 2008 issue, giving it a sense of historical weight that extended beyond normal mintage statistics or design features. In schools, classrooms, and museums, educators pointed to the Lincoln cent as a powerful tool for teaching history, civic responsibility, and national memory. Lincoln represented unity, leadership, and resilience, and the cent carrying his portrait served as a small but constant reminder of those values. For millions of Americans, the penny was often the first coin a child held or collected, making the 2008 piece an emotional link between generations. By the end of the year, excitement for the 2009 redesign was widespread. Numismatists awaited the 4 special reverses that would highlight Lincoln's birth and early childhood, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. Many collectors prepared folders, albums, and cases to document the entire journey, with the 2008 cent standing as the final chapter before the transformation. The United States Mint also prepared for increased public attention, improving production quality, and planning educational outreach programs. The transition was seen not just as a design change, but as a national storytelling moment, with each coin serving as a miniature historical document. Because of all these factors, the 2008 Lincoln cent became far more than a routine yearly issue. It represented the culmination of nearly 50 years of the memorial design, the close of a half-century in American numismatic art, and the threshold of a historic redesign that would redefine the cent for a new generation. Today, collectors look back on the 2008 Lincoln cent as a key piece in the overall Lincoln coinage timeline, a bridge between tradition and innovation, a coin that marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in the story of America's most famous and most widely used coin. The 2008 issue continues to be saved in rolls bags and albums by hobbyists who understand that these cents carry with them the cultural, economic, and artistic meaning of their time, giving the collector a deeper appreciation for the small copper-coated coin that has touched nearly every aspect of American life for more than a century. As interest in the 2008 Lincoln cent grew among collectors, historians, and educators, the broader context of the Lincoln cent's long evolution became increasingly important in understanding why the final memorial reverse year held so much meaning. The Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly 100 years, and by 2008, it had become deeply woven into American culture, everyday commerce, and national symbolism. The decisions made in 2008 were not isolated events, but the result of decades of artistic, economic, and political developments that shaped the identity of the cent and prepared the nation for the dramatic changes scheduled for 2009. One of the key elements in appreciating the history of the 2008 cent is understanding how the memorial reverse itself came into existence back in 1959. The design change introduced during that year celebrated the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and replaced the original wheat ear reverse created by Brenner. From 1959 onward, the memorial design served as a tribute not only to Lincoln himself, but also to the monumental structure that had become a national icon of tribute reflection and unity. This design remained untouched until the major redesign of 2009, making the 2008 cent the last of a long and uninterrupted era. Collectors in 2008 understood that they were witnessing a closing chapter, and many took extra steps to preserve coins with strong strikes, minimal wear, and bright mint luster. Another important element shaping the 2008 cent's story is the decades-long conversation about the future of the penny, which had become a major topic of discussion long before 2008. As early as the 1980s, policymakers and economists were questioning whether the cent had practical use in an increasingly digital and fast-moving economy. Inflation had reduced its purchasing power to the point that the cent could not buy anything on its own, and merchants often expressed frustration with handling large volumes of low-value coins. These economic debates gave a new layer of significance to the 2008 cent because as the last memorial year, it also represented one of the final years before calls for discontinuation grew stronger. In addition to economics, the year 2008 also illustrated the ongoing challenges of producing the cent. Profitability concerns were rising as metal prices fluctuated and manufacturing costs exceeded the coin's face value. The mint continued to follow congressional directives to produce the cent despite these challenges, and 2008 became one of the years where large quantities were still needed to satisfy both circulation and collector demand.